Hey, howdy, hey, welcome back to my channel. For tonight's video, we're going to be reviewing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14, Episode 7, Daytona Wins. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. Come join the Amateur Hour community. And without further ado, let's get this video started. Alright, if you're new here, my name is Sam. I'm a YouTuber who reviews all things Drag Race, and we have a fun time over here in the Amateur Hour community. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, come join the community, and yeah, let's get right on into this episode. First things first, I do want to say this video does contain spoilers, so fair warning. But I do want to talk about the fact that this week's episode was a no elimination from the start. For me, I get bored when they do these things. I'm like, come on. We already have a super long season because we had 14 queens, right? And I feel in my heart, I feel like when they continue to drag it out, it gets very stale. And I feel like I saw this with season 13, and I'm nervous that that is going to happen with this season. Because I don't understand why you do not send queens home. I'm sorry, I love this cast, I love these queens, but when we have episodes where no one goes home, I get bored. And I'm nervous. I'm nervous for the rest of the season, but we have to wait and see. Anyways, this episode starts out with the queens walking into the workroom, back into the workroom after the elimination of Maddie Morphosis, where they're all reading Maddie's message. Jasmine's talking about Maddie. Obviously, Jasmine did what she needed to do to get Maddie sent home. They wipe off the mirror message. There's a cute moment, and they also continue to talk a little bit about Untucked because of the big fight that happened between Jasmine and Maddie. And they're kind of like, oh, things kind of cooled off at the end. We're fine. We're good. Let's move on. And then, of course, we have Daya, who is continuing to be upset about not being critiqued, because she's like, I want to be on the top, I want to be on top, blah, 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 blah. And then she kind of reads Georges for Georges' win. And I will say, for me, I did not agree with Georges' win last week, but I also don't think it's Daya's place to really read her right after her win. And that kind of upsets me a little bit, because I'm like, Daya, you need to let the moment breathe, and just let Georges have her moment, let her get her flowers, if you will. And then maybe bring it up later, or just keep it to yourself, really. Because ultimately, this is a competition, and you don't want to come off as an asshole. If we are being real here. But again, let me know what you think down below. Anyways, that's all we get for that day. Then we get to the new day in the workroom. They're all talking. Again, Georges is winning, talking about her win. Daya apologizes to Georges. However, I will say this apology from Daya did feel a little bit, I don't want to say forced, but a little bit forced, if you will. I don't know how genuine the apology was. I'm sure it was. But from me as a viewer, I can see some moments where it felt a little fake. Again, I'm not trying to send any hate towards either of these queens. Just give me my own opinions. Anyways. Then RuPaul comes in and introduces the Messi challenge, where the queens are going to be having to overact in a soap opera challenge named Daytona Wins. And RuPaul tells Georges that she gets to sign all the roles and work. And then they leave. And then Georges starts signing roles. Everyone basically gets what they want. Georges did take a role that someone else wanted, but in the end, I guess, excuse me, in the end it all worked out. The only queen who was left without really picking a character was Lady Camden. But she kind of just took what was left and made the best out of it, so work. They all get their scripts, and then they separate into groups. They're the three different families, the O'Haras, the Davenports, and the Michaels. Again, very much Drag Race families sort of vibe, giving you like the old Southern families drama sort of feel. So everyone's getting assigned to roles, they're all reading their scripts. Some of the queens are struggling. Deja is definitely struggling to memorize. We get Carrie, who I think is feeling okay about it, not the best. And then we have people who like Daya, who is so eager for a win that she's like, alright, this is my moment, I'm gonna get this. Daya and Willow are working together as sisters. And then we have Bosco, who's the older woman, the older lady? Sure. And makes the best of her moment. Again, everyone is kind of like just taking it in strides, trying to do their best to memorize their lines, all the things. Then we get to the filming moment where they all film their scenes with RuPaul. RuPaul is walking them through how to basically film a soap opera. It's a lot of overacting. That was like, oh, if you will. I'm gonna keep that in. Alright. So, it's a lot of overacting and a lot of drama. Again, soap opera. Like, it's kind of very much so, I don't want to say one note, but a lot of the characters can be one note in soap operas. So it's easy to run with it, to take it and run with it and just make it so much bigger. And a lot of the queens do really well with this. Excuse me. During the recording session, there are a few queens who you can tell are struggling a little bit. Angeria is a little bit nervous, if you will. And I also get that feeling from Deja. Deja had a hard time figuring out the accent, figuring out the lines, all the above. And then you get queens who are having fun with it, like Bosco. I love Bosco. And Daya and Willow are working really, really well together. Camden is a whole moment. I love Lady Camden. And yeah, no, the whole recording session goes well. Georges does well too. Again, they all do well. It all works well. It all flows together. Very much showing you that they work well together and they know what they're doing. So that happens. They do the recording. Then we get to the new day where it's Elimination Day. Elimination Day. And they're all getting ready for the runway and all the things. Angie is definitely feeling very nervous about it because Angeria has been in the top every single week basically since she's been there, and she's nervous because she feels like she's flopping and because there's so much pressure on her. And I just gotta say, Angie, I love you. I love Angeria, and I feel like she needed to just get out of her head in that moment, just really embrace the moment, really just take it as it is and just continue on, I guess. I mean, it's hard. Sure it is. Like, the pressure cooker that is Drag Race is so extreme. And just the amount of pressure she was probably under from being in the top every single week is a lot. So I felt really bad for Angie in that moment. Again, like, you know what I'm saying there. It feels bad. I feel bad. I really, really like Angie, and I'm nervous for her. Then we get a moment, of course, with Daya, again, continuing to say, oh, I want to win, I want to win. What if Georges wins this week? Oh, no, blah, blah, blah. It's definitely giving me very much, like, oh, this is all kind of heavily produced. I don't know if that's just me. Let me know what you think down below. A lot of this episode felt very heavily produced. And I'm just putting that out there. It's not bad. It's just, I'm starting to see signs that it can continue down this hill, and I'm not too excited about that. I do want to say I did really miss Cornbread in this episode. Every single episode since she's left, I missed her so much. She brought so much to the workroom, so much energy to the show. Like, Cornbread was truly that moment, the moment, and I miss Cornbread on the show so much. It's sad to see her not on it, but anyways, we also get a moment with Angie and Willow and Carrie. They're all bonding. They're all having a cute moment together. Yeah. Let's get ahead and get to this runway. The runway theme was chops on the runway. Or as I like to say, chops. You know, very much giving you uncut gems. But it's actually chops on the runway. Chops. I love saying it like that, but we'll continue on. So for the runway, it was chops. Again, very much giving you, they're all trying to go for, like, a lot of them are going for, like, the leather BDSM moment, if you will. There's a whole moment talking about San Francisco, the leather festival. It was a nice moment, but let's go and get into this runway. Some of my favorite looks. I love Carrie's look. Carrie looked gorgeous. That hair was so good. The Chaps were gorgeous. I love this look. I also really, really like Bosco's look. I love the pink on her. I thought that was cute. And I also really, really liked Lady Camden. Alright, Lady Camden made a whole moment out of her runway when she fell face first on the ground and then revealed to have a Freddie Mercury wig with the mustache. Iconic. It was an iconic runway moment. And I really, really enjoyed that. That was great. Some of the not so good looks to me were Deja Skye. I was not crazy about Deja Skye's look. I also did not like Jasmine Kennedy's look. I just felt like, it wasn't good. She was saying it was giving a shout out to her high school where the Spartans. My college mascot was actually the Spartans, and we had the same colors, so it's giving me a little bit of like, well, that's weird. But it was a cute moment. Overall, the runway was fun. I don't know if Chaps is the most exciting runway that I've seen on Drag Race, but it was a cute moment. It wasn't my favorite, but it was a cute moment. If you want to see my more in-depth fashion review, I will be putting that out this weekend, so definitely check that out. But, let's get back to this runway. Back to the actual scenes. Alright, so they show the actual scenes of Daytona Wins. Again, they insert so many fart jokes in this. Every single soundbite is a fart. And I'm like, alright, this is funny at first, but I feel like this is so stupid, such dumb humor, that after so long, it gets really, really boring. Excuse me. And also, I saw this on social media, so I'm not going to take credit. But, where's the justice for Rock'em Sakura for her fart joke? And the fact that she was put in the bottom for having a fart joke in her song? And yet, now they're making an entire scene with fart jokes? Fart, fart, poop, poop, ha, 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 ha. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below. For the actual scenes, it was fun, I guess. I liked it. I like the overacting. Again, I love overacting. Excuse me. Lady Camden was an entire moment in this. I loved Lady Camden. Bosco did really, really well. I loved Bosco. Who else did I really like? Jasmine was fun. Jasmine was really fun. It was definitely dumb, but, like, it worked for the character, and it was just fun to watch. Overall, I thought the scene was pretty good. The acting was worked pretty well. I would be curious to see what it would be like had there not been any fart sounds. Just let me know what you think down below. But, hey, they had to fill in the dead air. Get it? Dead air. Anyways. I make myself laugh. Okay, so now we get to placements. Ru first announces the Safe Queens, which are Deja Skye, Carrie Colby, and Angeria. So they all leave, and then RuPaul says everyone else is in the top, which means we are not having any elimination this week. Again, for me, this is boring. I wanted an elimination. Then again, I wouldn't want to see Angie go home, so I guess it worked out in the end. Let me know who you think should have been in the bottom down below in the comment section. But, anyways, now we get the top critiques. There's a whole moment. We find out who the top two are, though. The top two this week are going to be Daya Betty and Lady Camden. For me, I would have picked the top two being Bosco and Lady Camden. Let me know who you would have picked down below in the comment section. But everyone else is safe. So there's a whole moment with that. And then not Bosco, Daya and Lady Camden lip sync to Blondie. One way or another, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, that song. It was okay. The lip sync was kind of boring. I will say Lady Camden was definitely owning it for me from the start. I felt like Daya was definitely walking back and forth, which is a little bit boring. Again, not my favorite lip sync. I feel like we've gotten better lip syncs this season, and this one was a bit of a letdown compared to others. I also think it might have been because there weren't any risks in it, because it's not like they were going to be sent home, you know? And I feel like, yes, there is prize money, but the risks are nowhere near the same level of being sent home. Anyways. In the end, RuPaul does announce that the winner this week is going to be Lady Camden, so congratulations to Lady Camden. Very well-deserved win. I'm really happy that she's getting a win at this point. And I'm excited to see what happens next week. Again, this episode was fun overall. I wish someone had been put in the bottom, because I don't like it when there's no eliminations. I get bored. And I don't know if that was just me. Let me know what you think down below. But that does bring me to the end of my review. Like I said, it's not going to be a super long review, because no one got sent home and I was kind of bored. Anyways, let me know what you thought about this episode down below in the comment section. Like this video if you liked it. Share it on social media. Oh, and next week next week's challenge is going to be a girl group challenge, I believe. So that'll be fun. Like this video, share it, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at @SamAmateurHour. I am everywhere. And also hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. Come join the Amateur Hour community. And I will see y'all later. Have a good rest of your night. Bye.